Let's move on to the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals have been, man, they had a really good year, a couple of years ago. I mean, Kyler Murray was just electric to watch, and then it's just kind of been a tailspin since then. And I mean, Kyle Murray, he had the big ACL tear, so he only played, I think, only like 7 or 8 games last year. Um, so but James Conner had a big year last year. He got back over the 1,000 yard mark. I love what they did in the draft. They got Trey Benson, who I personally think is the best running back out of this draft. They got him in the third round, which was crazy. I thought for sure he was going to be off the board by day two, or round two. But the biggest problem with this Cardinals team is this defense, and it's not so much their passing defense. Their passing defense is top 15. They're 13th overall. This rushing defense is dead last. Now they did go out. They got Justin Jones from Chicago. They got Nichols from Las Vegas. They got 2 nose tackles, to help maybe try and secure that interior of the D line up. But I mean, I just don't know. It's going to really ride on how. And they got Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's not forget about that. The best wide receiver coming into this year.
He better learn how to play defense.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't see them. I see them at the bottom of the division again. It's a very tough division, and I mean, outside of Seattle kind of being right there in the middle, you got 2 serious playoff teams, with the Rams and the 49ers, especially when the Rams are healthy. So I have them going 6-10. I could see them going, 5-11. But I don't know. I just
6-10 or 6-11.
6-11.
Maybe 6-10-1.
Oh.
Ooh, a little tie.
We haven't talked ties yet.
Who
so
are they gonna tie with?
Maybe they play the Panthers.
But what do you guys feel about the Cardinals this year? Do you think Kyler Murray is worth the pay that he got? I'll just start with that.
No.
No. It's a big contract, man. That guy, that's a huge contract that he got, and he's like making $46 a year, somewhere around there. It was a 5 years, $230 million. So I mean, that's big, and he's great for fantasy, but I just don't. This team's not good, man. That defense, it's going to be bottom 3. I mean, like you said, they brought in Justin Jones. He's decent. He's not like a game changer. They lose Jonah Williams on the offensive line. Yeah, I mean, they did bring in Mack Wilson too from New England. He was a pretty steady guy, but I don't picture them. The only thing exciting about this team is Marvin Harrison, man. That guy is going to be a beast. He was a beast in Ohio State, man. Over 1,200 yards his last 2 years. Model of consistency, like 14 touchdowns each year, and he only dropped like 8 passes in 2 years. And in college, sometimes those are passes that are just errant. They're college. But man, he's it's not often that your dad is a great wide receiver, and Marvin his dad was an awesome wide receiver. This guy, I think he's going to be better and a lot. Like, I don't want to say a lot, but I think it's going to be noticeably better. I think he's going to put up some stats.
A lot of shoots. Well, he's also in the right era of football, right? If he's going to be better than his dad, it's the era to be better than
he's not on the right team.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to.
He's not going to have Peyton Manning throw to him. Yes.
Well, no, but I mean, if you look at it, they're going to be a bad team. They're going to be playing from behind a lot. He's going to get a lot of garbage catches and scores, just because if they're down 21 and it's 3 minutes left, they can just drive down the field and he'll be great for like that fantasy pickup with the garbage time. But I mean, and if Kyle, is he going to be, coming off the ACL tear, is it going to be the same? We're going to get the old Kyle Murray back. Like we don't know. Who I do like on their offense, and I could see having a really big year, and not to indulge a fantasy football steal, is Trey McBride, man. Man, that guy.
I like
he
that.
He has over 80 catches last year, over 800 yards. Not that many touchdowns, only 3, but I think he's primed for a good year, and Marvin is definitely going to add to that. Them losing Marquise Brown, I think that guy he underperformed. He just all hype, man. Nothing. I don't even
But
know
now
if
he's
he'll
with
have
the
a.
Chiefs.
Yeah, but
That's
I don't
scary.
even know. That's a crowded wide receiver room for them too. So I don't even know how much he's going to get there.
They'll find him.
They'll find
Yeah,
a way.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they do sign Sean Murphy Bunton.
Great. The third best cornerback on the Bucks, Super Bowl run back in 2020. Yeah.
Third?
I
Yeah,
think he's their
Third.
starting.
That
yeah,
was gracious.
he's gonna start. I mean,
Well, Carlton and then Jamel Dean. I think
Mitch.
Murphy played the slot a lot.
Yeah. Or in the
yeah,
nickel.
Yeah.
I just don't see them. I think they're gonna be. I mean, they won 4 games last year. Kyle stays healthy all year. I'll give him 6. I'll give him a 6 and 10. But that man, they're
And
gonna have
one
to
tie.
score a lot
With a
of
tie.
points. Yeah, 6 and 11. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to score a lot of points, like a lot, because this defense is gonna give up over 20 a game easy. Like they're gonna, yeah, it's gonna be could be a really fantastic year for Harrison, Murphy, McBride, and Connor.
Yeah.
So, you want to know why they're going to suck? They were 26th in passing, 4th in rushing because that's all they could do because Kyler Murray was running for his life and they have no O-line. We just talked about the Seattle Seahawks having a bad O-line. They might as well be the Carolina Panthers this year is the Cardinals because their O-line had Kyler running for his life last year and he got hurt and he's probably going to get hurt again because of it. Their total defense was at 25th, kind of at the bottom because turnover differential was at 19th in the league and bringing up 30th in sacks. They had no pressure. They had no passing game. And I'm surprised that they won 4 games this past year. Keep in mind, they won 0 games in their division.
Wow.
Yeah. Big old goose egg.
Big fat goose egg. Kyler Murray is a great talent. And he's a Lincoln Riley product and all the other Heisman quarterbacks that you got Baker and Williams or something like that. I don't see him producing in Arizona. He's not going to be like, the Carson Palmer bringing back the Kurt Warner, run with the Cardinals and Larry Fitzgerald and all that. You have a generational talent in Marvin Harrison Jr. You got James Conner, who's your rock running the ball, man. Absolutely stellar running core here. Wide receiver core, after losing Brown, I would say that there was a minus there. If Kyler can get like 3 seconds to throw Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball, or anyone else for that matter, I think their passing offense succeeds. But that O-line has to produce. Their defense still has Budda Baker. They got Jalen Thompson. They got pretty decent safeties, right? They got Kaiser White up in the linebacking core, and that dude was an animal last year. He was absolutely.
They need to pay Budda too.
They need to pay White, dude. Look at his tackles and everything else and his sacks. He was running the defense outside of Budda Baker. Then you got Zaven Collins as well off the edge. Those 4 guys are the only people playing defense, and there's 11 guys on defense. Come on. They have to produce pressure in order to win. How many teams were in the top 10 in sacks in turnover differential and were in the playoffs? Almost all of them. So if you could turn the ball over and give your offense another chance, and you could pressure the quarterback, regardless if you're Brock Purdy, Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, whoever, they're going to eventually get a bad play or set of plays that you can get your offense back on the field. They did get Trey Benson, as you mentioned. Absolute stellar pick for them. They did pretty decent this draft with Darius Robinson and Max Melton as well for defense. 2 very good ads, in my opinion. What you guys didn't mention is they have a new head coach, John Gannon. He's a very defensive-minded guy, and I think he's what they need to get the Cardinals in the right path. I don't know where he lands in coaching pedigree, but in the West, for the NFC, you got to play defense, man. You got the Rams and the 49ers and the Seahawks all power defense guys. So do I see them repeating 4-13, 0-6 in the division? Absolutely not. I would go with you guys at 6-11. I think they improve, but I don't think they get the edge out and become a 500 or plus 500 team.
Yeah. I think that's fair enough. The O line, I mean, hey, how many times have we heard it time and time again? You win almost every game in the trenches, on both sides of the ball. So if you can't get after the quarterback, if you can't protect your quarterback, it's
Do you
going to be
think?
a rough year for you.
Do you
Regardless of who you are.
do you think this could be Murray's last year there if he just doesn't
But who
produce?
picks him up? And who
I
takes on
mean,
that
he
salary?
doesn't have a
The Bucks.
terrible contract. I mean, he's in the 40 million range, so it's not terrible to
I think
today's standards. But I mean, at some point, maybe I'm just wondering if he has a down or maybe not the.
I
Doesn't be
have
a
I have
down
a
year.
team. I have a team. I have a team who might be in the market for a quarterback next year.
Yeah,
And
I know one.
who's that?
Dolphins.
Oh. I was gonna say the Giants.
either way, he's got to take
Yeah.
a pay cut. He
Yeah.
has to. If he doesn't produce, regardless of your O-line situation, you have to produce to maintain that type of salary, man. He got paid because of his potential and what he brought to that team initially, and we haven't seen it. We just haven't.
I heard he kills it on Call of Duty though. So I mean,
Bro. Top 10 player in the world.
dude, guy's a monster.
That's because he can see the screen, just not over his O-line.
Dang it.
Dang it. How do we cut that out?